Most people don't kill their aloe because they're bad at gardening. They kill it because they care too much. 6 months ago, my aloe looked terrible. Long, floppy leaves, pale color, weak. One subscriber even commented, "It looks like green octopus legs." I almost threw it away. But today, that same plant is thick, upright, deep green, and growing babies. So what changed? I stopped trying to fix it. Today, I'm sharing the 5 secrets that completely transformed my aloe vera. And secret number 5 is the one that made it grow faster than I thought possible. If you've ever killed an aloe before, don't worry. You're not bad at gardening. You were just loving it too much. Let's fix that. And if you enjoy simple, low-stress plant care, hit subscribe. This channel is all about making gardening easy. All right, let's start with the biggest mistake. Secret number 1, light, bright but not brutal. Most people think aloe is a desert plant, and desert equals blazing sun, right? So they stick it in the brightest south-facing window they have all day long. And then they wonder why the leaves turn brown on the edges. That's sunburn. Yes, aloe loves light, but what it really wants is bright, indirect light. Think of it like this. Near a bright window, but not pressed against the glass. Morning sun is perfect. Harsh afternoon sun, way too much. Quick check. If your aloe is turning reddish or brown on tips, that's too much direct sun. Stretching tall and floppy, not enough light. Here's a small trick that makes a big difference. Rotate your aloe every 2 weeks, just a quarter turn. This keeps growth even and prevents leaning. When I moved mine just 2 feet back from the window, within a month, new growth looked stronger. Remember, light is fuel, but too much fuel burns the engine. Secret number 2, watering, the lazy method. This is the one that saves 90% of aloes. Say it with me. Soak, then forget. When you water, water deeply, until water drains out the bottom. Then, do absolutely nothing. Wait until the soil is completely dry. Not the top inch, the whole pot. Stick your finger 2 inches down. If there's any moisture, walk away. In summer, that might mean watering every 2 to 3 weeks. In winter, maybe once a month. See, aloe stores water in its leaves. Those thick, juicy leaves are survival tanks. When you water too often, roots suffocate, and root rot is silent. The one time I reduced watering from once a week to once every 3 weeks, growth actually sped up. Less stress, stronger roots, healthier leaves. Rule of thumb, if you're unsure whether to water or not, wait 3 more days. Secret number 3, soil that drains fast. Imagine wearing wet socks all day. Ugh, right? That's exactly what heavy soil feels like to aloe roots. Regular potting soil holds too much moisture. You need airflow in the root zone. Here's the simplest mix. 2 parts regular potting soil and 1 part perlite. Those little white pieces, they create air pockets. Water flows through instead of sitting. Or you can just buy cactus and succulent mix, ready-made and easy. Here's how to test your soil. Water your plant. If water pools on top for more than a few seconds, the soil is too dense. Healthy roots grow faster, and fast roots mean fast leaves. Secret number 4, the pot matters more than you think. Most people choose pots based on looks, but aloe chooses pots based on breathability. Terracotta is ideal. You know, that orange clay pot? It's porous. It pulls excess moisture out naturally. If you've ever overwatered before, this pot forgives mistakes. Plastic pots hold moisture longer. They're not bad, just less forgiving. And drainage holes, non-negotiable. No hole equals trapped water equals root rot. Also, choose a shallow, wide pot. Aloe roots spread outwards, not deep. Too much extra soil just holds unnecessary moisture. When I switched to terracotta, I noticed new pups forming within months. Sometimes growth isn't about fertilizer, it's about environment. Secret number 5, the do less growth trigger, confidential tone. Here's the part nobody talks about. Aloe grows fastest when it's not stressed, and constant adjustments stress plants. Moving it every few days, checking soil daily, changing positions weekly. Pick one bright spot, keep the temperature between 60 and 80 degrees, avoid cold winter drafts and AC vents blasting directly. Sudden location changes are a no-go. And then, leave it alone. Plants love stability. When I stopped managing my aloe, it relaxed. Growth became thicker, leaves stood upright, color deepened. Sometimes growth isn't about doing more. It's about creating the right conditions, then stepping back. Bonus tip: how to read your aloe. Your aloe tells you everything. Wrinkled leaves? Thirsty. Mushy brown base? Too much water. Pale green? Needs more light. Reddish stress color? Too much harsh sun. Learn the language of the leaves and care becomes effortless. Final thoughts. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember this. Aloe is not a needy plant. It is a survival plant. It evolved in harsh desert conditions. It doesn't want daily love. It wants smart neglect. Set it up properly: bright light, deep but rare watering, fast-draining soil, breathable pot, stable location. Then step back and watch it thrive. If this helped you, hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow. And tell me in the comments, how often are you watering your aloe right now? And if your aloe is already growing baby pups, you're doing something right. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, happy gardening!